Ah, milk. That shining ichor that's been present your entire life. In the store, in the cafeteria, in the fridge. Even if you don't drink it, you've surely experienced some form of it. Perhaps a delectable cheese string, or perhaps a yogurt cup. Despite being so omnipresent, you tend to overlook it, only enjoying its bounty in the moment. But milk takes a long journey from farm to glass, and there's much more waiting just below the surface. So welcome to the Milk and Dairy Iceberg. I hope you find it refreshing and nutritious. Layer 1. The rim. This is where you take your first sip. You feel the cream glide down over your lips. You feel the cool glass in your hands. Every experience has to start somewhere. Cow's milk. Cow's milk is normal milk. It comes from a variety of cows, to varying flavor profiles and quantities. It's delicious. Cow's milk is the most common milk in the West. Lactation. The process by which animals produce milk. Many think milk is exclusive to mammals. However, marsupials produce milk as well, as do various other animals in often strange ways. You'll see a lot of those deeper down. Lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is a disorder characterized by the physical incapability to process lactose, which most milks have. It basically means that anyone who has it and drinks milk will end up with a terrible toilet tantrum. Lactose intolerance can mostly be bypassed with the use of medicines that help process that lactose, and more research has come out about it recently. More on that later. Skimmed milk. Skimmed milk is milk that has had the majority of its fat content removed entirely. It sucks, and is basically water. Whole milk. Whole milk is milk that has around 3.25% fat content. Cheese. Cheese is milk that has been curdled until it becomes solid. The process typically creates a liquid, whey, and a solid known as cheese curds. These curds are then pressed into cheese. Some cheese has mold, though in recent years, culture has replaced this purpose. Nut milks. These are milks that are not made by animals, typically for a health-conscious crowd or lactose-intolerant people. There's almond milk, there's soy milk, there's coconut milk. Coconut milk is kind of weird, but it counts. There's rice milk. There's a lot more, but I don't really care about this sauceless milk. It doesn't even mix well with coffee most of the time. Goat's milk. Milk from a goat. And maybe cheese. The second most common milk. Your mom probably likes goat cheese. Ask her about it. Chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is a special kind of milk. A delicacy. A treat. It's got a storied history, though in the mid-90s, they changed how it was made, and that's when it really kicked off. Everyone loves chocolate milk, and it's designed that way. Chocolate milk was actually designed to go hand in hand with the push to promote milk consumption to kids at the time. Even after the collapse of the Got Milk campaign, it's become a supermarket staple, and a shining beacon to children everywhere. Half and half. Alright, so half and half is actually insane. Alright, so basically, it's a 50-50 mix of whole cream and milk. So they call it half and half because it's two halves, right? So you use it for coffee most of the time, but you know, a real gangster like myself, it takes a sip from the garden here or there. Let me tell you, it is the best, man. Yogurt. So, yogurt is kind of like cheese, except instead of making milk acidic, they do something else. I think it involves bacteria or culture or whatever. Yogurt makers tend to be really secretive about how they make the stuff, as is much of the dairy industry. Your mom probably loves yogurt. Ask her for some recommendations. I mean, if you have a positive relationship at least, no pressure. Sour cream. This is what happens when you try to make yogurt cheese. It becomes all sour and wet. But let me tell you guys, this shit is badass. Fucking baked potatoes, pierogies, and hell yeah, brother! Everybody loves sour cream. If you don't, you're not even a person. Milkmen. Milkmen are an antiquated profession where men Layer 2. The milk. This is where destiny awaits. The bulk of the glass. The part that's the most enjoyable, before you eventually have to stop to breathe, and the liquid gets a little too cold on your throat. Got milk? The Got Milk campaign was a concentrated effort from the American dairy industry to convince the American populace that drinking a lot of milk as a kid was good for growing big and strong. Which wasn't exactly untrue, though Matt Pitt told me that the calcium would actually just make your bones grow longer and therefore having more points of fracture. Anyway, it started in 1990 and was multidiscipline. Most people knew it solely as an ad campaign, but they also did a lot of research into new methods of dairy production and the market. That's why you got all those crazy milks in the 1990s and 2000s. Unfortunately, after 1996, the ad campaign kind of fell apart. They still make some ads, but it was far less focused. By 2000, the ads were completely done, though the Got Milk research does continue to this day. Gold Top. Apparently, this is a thing in the UK. It's like a mythical 4% milk made by a specific kind of cow, and it has a gold lid. I really, really need this milk. Please, guys, donate to my Patreon. Please, please, I need this. Milkshakes. Okay, so this Iceberg doesn't have a listing for ice cream for some reason, so this is going to be the ice cream entry. Ice cream is a mass of frozen milk and flavor, whatever. Milkshakes are ice cream and milk, and so you just blend it up good. They can have a variety of different flavors and everything. Personally, I like strawberry myself. Mare milk. Okay, so bear with me. People in Mongolia drink horse milk. Okay, well, they usually have it as a fermented drink called kumis or aireg. Apparently, the Europeans turn the mare milk into a powder and sell it. Cool. Reindeer milk. Common in indigenous communities in Northern Europe, apparently it's like really rich. Damn, I want some. I love milk. I love milk! Milk money. American lunch money. You'd have your kid bring a bag lunch, but give them money to buy milk at the cafeteria. Apparently, this is also the name of a weird rom-com, and this phrase is also said in the epic rap battle of history, where it's all the directors, and Michael Bay shows up and he says it. It's actually a reference to how Bay made the first Got Milk TV ad, which is pretty cool. Condensed milk. Milk cube. Evaporated milk. Milk gas. Chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Lots of people think this is one of those things that was a childhood misconception, but the truth is actually the falsehood. Chocolate milk actually did used to come from a breed of cows that were in fact brown. They changed how they made it with the Got Milk campaign, and now that breed is pretty much dead. But there are some farmers still making the original stuff. Milk cave painting. So, apparently in the late 80s, they found a cave painting that had a weird fluid vessel of some kind that seemed to be kind of clear. It blew up in the tabloid and conspiracy circuit, but nothing really came of it. It was just too vague to interpret objectively. Weirdly, while I could find a link to the original paper, it seems to be taken down. I'm pretty sure this is a real report, it's just not anywhere. Unfortunately, kind of a dead end, even if people kind of made a meme of the picture for a while in the early 2000s. The US dairy industry is awful. I mean, yeah, no dip. Industrial scale farming in general is genuinely abhorrent. I've been pretty lax here so far, but I don't want to blab over this. The number of these animals outnumber people. They're capable of feeling pain, and they're put in conditions that are unfathomable. You can do more research here on your own time. But I'm already sure you know how bad it is. And I just don't like thinking about it. It's how most of us are. Just ignore everything until it actually affects us. And that way, we too are animals. Limited in our own cognition and morals. Huh. Milk bags. Okay, back to something light. They sell powdered milk in bags in a lot of places. This is what people are talking about if you've ever heard Canadians have milk in bags. Dulce de leche. Heat sugar and milk over several hours and you create a forbidden peanut butter. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's like, but I need it. Patreon, guys. Uber Blanca. Okay, so Fidel Castro was insane about milk. He had, cow breeding programs. He had a dairy depot. He was obsessed with milk. And evidently, judging by the CIA failing to kill him, his milk love made him incredibly lucky. Ubra Blanca was a cow that just oozed milk. That cow was fucking nuts and was Castro's pride and jewel. She produced 109.5 liters of milk in a single day once, and 24,268.9 liters of milk in a single lactation period. Her name means white udder. Crop milk. Pigeon milk. It basically isn't a milk at all outside of composition and purpose. It looks like a pale yellow cottage cheese. Pilk. Pilk is a meme drink. You mix Pepsi with milk. And honestly, as long as you drink it before it curdles, it tastes pretty good. I mean, you can go to a good gas station and get a Pepsi or a Coke slush shake, and that's basically the same thing. Buttermilk. Buttermilk is fermented dairy you make with lactic acid bacteria. In spite of the changes to the industry, buttermilk has been pretty consistent. The major producers haven't changed it much. Strawberry milk. Why the hell is strawberry milk under Pilk? And the milk cave painting? Ugh. Yeah, whatever. Strawberry milk was invented for the Got Milk campaign, made the same way they changed chocolate milk to be, which is kept a closely guarded secret. More on that later. Bubble milk tea. A tea-based drink containing tapioca balls, milk, and flavoring. Your mom might love this. I don't know. Ask her. Ask her if you have a healthy and stable relationship, of course. Don't if you don't, though. But ask her. Camel milk. Common in the Middle East and North Africa, apparently similar to cow's milk. Good for yogurt and ice cream. Not so good for butter or cheese. Crying over spilled milk origins. Don't cry over spilled milk. Or should you? This iconic phrase was coined by English executioner John Butcher in 1659. I mean, he said it differently, but the execution was really cool, and a guy wrote about it, and the rest is history. Webkinz milk copy pasta. I used to have this Webkinz that I used to pour milk on and suck the milk back out of it, and it was sopping wet all the time, sobbing emoji. I used to slam it against walls and it would make a loud thud. My brother saw me suck milk out of it once, and I got sad when he made fun of me. I didn't pour milk on it for a week, and it got rock hard and smelly, and my mom had to throw it away. It was so fucking heavy. I brought it to school one time, and my backpack was soaked, and I made my friends hold him, and they were upset. What the fuck is this? No way somebody wrote that. Milk guy. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't really find anything on this entry besides this picture. Sorry, guys. Layer 3. The cold call. You have to slow down. Your throat has been made too cold by the milk. Everything here is sick and twisted, and perhaps a little fermented and curdled. 1996 Mario 64 Got Milk tragedy. Until very recently, we had no idea why the Got Milk campaign de-emphasized the advertising strategy. Apparently, while filming the iconic commercial, Mario, who is real, snapped after drinking the milk and proceeded to brutalize the entire film crew and the first officer on the scene. He was never caught, and only fluids remained. This was discovered after the original audio was leaked online. Got Milk came clean with what happened, and Nintendo stated that the Mario that did it was a depraved entity from the specific Super Mario 64 beta copy they used for filming, as it would personalize itself to the players. Because it was a film shoot, it personalized by making that localized Mario real. The Milkman joke. The Milkman joke is an iconic comedy routine where it implies a woman cheats on her husband with a milkman. This plays on the fact that milkmen are captivating and alluring and override your morals. Cleopatra bathed in ass milk. Cleopatra bathed in sour donkey milk for cosmetic reasons. The Milky Way. The Milky Way is called that because in Greek mythology, Zeus had baby Hercules get a little milk action from Hera, who isn't his mom, mind you, and she freaks out and pushes him away. Her milk spills and it creates the entire goddamn galaxy. Okay, well, they definitely didn't know it was anything other than a cool band of light, but still. You can survive on just milk. This is actually true. Well, mostly true. You need special milks. If you just want to use the grocery store milks, you have to also have potatoes. But yeah, milk will make you live forever, and you should drink more. Platypuses sweat milk. Platypuses don't have nipples, so they sweat milk. Margaret Thatcher. She got the nickname Milk Snatcher because she wanted to get rid of free school milks for kids older than 7 years old to cut costs. Banana milk. Added to the milk lineup in the 2000s. Banned in most countries other than America for some reason. Probably has to do with the new production method. Lassi. Lassi is a yogurt drink. Apparently it was originally served from water buffalo milk. Neat. Very popular in India. Milkus. A Korean soft drink that uses milk. Another post-90s creation. Though considering it's from outside the American dairy industry, I wonder if it's related to that research at all. Milk does normally curdle when carbonated, so who knows how they got that to work. Blue and green milk. Added alongside banana is the blue milk and the green milk. They sort of periodically change what specific fruit they're supposed to represent, and they always taste like whatever they're marketed as. Even though nothing about the composition seems to change, normally something like this would be discontinued because it's too gimmicky. But they're a permanent fixture in a lot of places, with a bunch of diehard fans. True Moo Creeper Milk. This was a catastrophic failure of a limited-time green milk flavor. People made a whole meme about them trying the creeper milk and dying. What Minecraft creeper tastes like is so inconsistent that it kind of led to the method of some of these flavored milks getting leaked. Peeps milk. Listen, some things are better left unsaid. I think you know exactly what this means. Cockroach milk. Surprisingly, you can milk cockroaches. It's apparently more nutritious than cow's milk. This is not caught on for both practical and cultural reasons. Miracle Star milk. This is a Chinese brand of goat milk that ripped off the amazing world of Gumball to promote their milk. Gumball made fun of them in an episode. Hot chocolate is warm chocolate milk. Listen, we all know this is just true. Unless you're a godless heathen who makes hot chocolate with water, it's just true. It's just true! It's just true. If you complain about this in the comments, I'm deleting it and blocking you. Warm milk doesn't help you sleep. This is also true. They did a study on it, and milk actually makes you more alert. Ever hear about cheese giving people crazy dreams? This is why. It's making your brain get a little extra active. British milk is illegal to import to the US. This is true due to politics over the milk industry. Out of the flavored milks, only chocolate milk is allowed in the UK, and it pisses the dairy lobby off. Venom is snake milk. This is only true in a semantic context, since the act of extracting venom from snakes is called snake milking. It's more like if a guy was collecting your evil, disgusting spit. Culture. Okay, so when I was talking about the method they used to make the flavored milks leaking, this is it. It's still largely unconfirmed, but apparently, during the got milk research, they discovered a strain of bacteria used in the milk production that was literally bacteria. It was both actually a colony of microbes, as well as being a manifestation of the concept of bacteria. Its physical properties were aligned with how people would expect bacteria to act in a physical environment. At first, the research was mostly to figure out how this thing got in their factories. But as time went on, they realized they could use this to make people straight up addicted to drinking milk. They called this type of conceptual bacteria culture, and they used it to create this now iconic range of flavored milks. They basically turned the dairy industry into the cigarette industry, even down to appealing fruity flavors to attract kids. Even Mario manifesting in the 1996 incident was likely due to the mishandling of culture. Culture. Cut Minecraft milk features. From Minecraft Beta 1.2 to Minecraft Beta 1.3, several unused textures appeared in the game files, including some sort of bucketless milk and a weird milk jug. Alongside these is the glass bottle texture, which would later get reused for the game's release when they added potions. Beta 1.2 added milking and cakes, so it's speculated that there were more milk recipes planned, including milk bottles and cheese wheels, that never got added. Layer 4. The bottom of the glass. Your mission is complete. There's nowhere to go from here. Milk is filtered blood. This is true. You can actually test this with a cool science experiment. Leave a jug of strawberry milk out for a day or two, and it will become bloody. Everyone at home, go and try. Go ahead and try it. It'll be cool. And you can get money by donating it. Do this cool trick while it's still obscure for loads of cash. Omukama. Omukama is a title used around Uganda for kings, and literally means superior milkman. This alludes to the monarch's role as the one who feeds his people. Frogs were put in milk to keep it from going sour. They did this in Russia before they invented refrigeration. It's a specific type of frog in the area that has antibacterial properties. Living milk theory. A baseless conspiracy theory that blew up in the 2000s, claiming that milk cartoons were being parasitized by some sort of living organism and would slowly alter you mentally as its host. They were really harping on the flavored milks, which I guess wasn't entirely unfounded. Tsetse fly milk. You really don't want to look this up, but basically the gist is that a blood-sucking fly in Africa has an intricate series of channels in its abdomen that feed its larvae milk. Fake school milk. While Thatcher took away the UK's school milk, the US was a different story. I mean, you pretty much had to always pay for milk. But also, our milk wasn't milk. Apparently, it was some product from the Got Milk research on making a milk substitute that is as economically cheap as possible. Which probably means that they were using culture somehow. I can't say I was particularly addicted to school milk, though, so who knows? Maybe it's just something that instills a person with a sort of lifelong appreciation for milk. The knowledge of how important milk is. How deep the story of milk really is. Who's to say? Fakes. Lactose intolerance is a mental disorder. This is another part of the Got Milk leaks. Lactose intolerance is actually a mental disorder and didn't exist before the 90s and introduction of culture to milk. It's like a weird sort of mental allergy that causes the body to undergo severe stress reactions when milk is consumed, which typically results in the poor guy shitting. Because of culture, it's now widespread in these factories. Trace amounts get into basically all different types of milk, which is why it's consistent. Who knows what's in those anti-lactose intolerance drugs? Milk in heaven. It is said several times in the holy books of the Abrahamic religions that heaven will have a river of milk. Whether you can drink that milk or not, who knows? Scaphism. Scaphism is a mythical method of execution, said to belong to the Persians, whereby you would be trapped between two small boats with your limbs sticking out, and you'd be fed with milk and honey, and left to fester there as insects and vermin devour you. Scaphism is a myth trapped between two small boats with milk and honey, and left to devour you. You'd be tracking out, and you'd be... And that's... Hi, I'm... To the milk and dairy iceberg. What to culture? I love milk. I love... Try this. And that... And that's... Hi, I'm... Layer 1. Layer 2. Layer 5. Milkman.
I am but a piece, but a drop, but a face. Oh, it grows and grows. You watch so much now. I'm so proud of you. Milk helps your bones grow. And growth is the pursuit of all things, for death is to wither. You're changing. Show this to your mother. I bet she loves it. Show this to your father. Show this to your brothers and sisters and others. Friends, family, we all need to grow strong together. And that begins with you and me and our perfect, faithful milkman. We are culture, and we give to culture, and we will be remembered by, interpreted from culture, forever to elevate, forever to deify, our two natures viciously intertwined. So just keep watching. Keep drinking what we serve you, what I serve you, and maybe you'll be me too.